Good morning, bonjour, St. Francis and people of God. It is Tuesday. I can't remember my days anymore. It is Tuesday, the 12th day of March 2024. It is Tuesday of the 4th week of Lent. It is the 23rd day. Yes, I think I'm 23rd day of the Lenten season, and here I am still in Paris. It's a rainy day in Paris, still at my meetings that are occurring here in the city of Paris. Where am I now? I am at the Institut Catholique. This is the one of the buildings for the primary theology school of the University of Paris, the Catholic Theology School of the University of Paris. And this is where the meetings are being held. And behind me over here is the apse. It's the back of Saint-Germain-des-Prés, one of the oldest basilicas in the city, older than even Notre Dame, probably from the 7th century or the 8th century, built on top of a church that's much older. But this became one of the principal churches of the Kingdom of France, when France was a kingdom just beginning. And there are a couple of kings that are buried here, and then they moved to Saint-Denis to be buried there. But a very ancient church, a very ancient building, a very beautiful building inside. So in between meetings I'm having, just get a little bit of a break, and so I decided to come out here to look at the readings for today on this Tuesday of the 4th week of Lent. The great image of a river that moves from the temple and begins to fill all of the area around Jerusalem down to the sea. And again, a river that continues to grow, will not stop, but it's not a river that necessarily destroys and floods, but a river that gives life. And in the end of this vision that Ezekiel has, it's in the book of Ezekiel, basically it is this river that will allow for great trees to grow, that will bear fruit for eating and leaves for medicine. Again, an image, of what God will do for the people of Israel, but then also for us, for all of us who believe. A God who provides not only nourishment, but healing. A God who looks after the welfare of us. And again, looks after the welfare of us here on this plane of existence, not in a plane of existence to come, not in a heaven some light years away, but in the here and now in which we live. Again, which is always important, for us to remember that we are people with feet in both worlds. And many times we just want to put our foot into the world to come while ignoring the world that is. And so in this day and age in which Laudato Si from Pope Francis and our concern for creation looms large, again, this vision of Ezekiel of a torrent that does not destroy, but a torrent of river that is life-giving, water that is life-giving, again, that provides nourishment and healing, sustenance and life for those, who are invited into its waters. Images to baptism, images to what's to come at the Easter Vigil, but again, images of what a God can do for us, in whom we believe, and who holds us in such great esteem and such great love to do great things for us. With that, then, is a continued reading from John. We've really moved to John these last couple of days of Lent. The gospel from John's gospel about a man who would like to be placed into the waters of Siloam by the temple, waters that are stirred by an angel, some of the synoptics say. And when the waters are stirred by the angel, healing occurs. And if you can jump into the waters first, then you can get that healing, which again turns the work of God into a competition. Who can get there first to be able to get the benefit from God? And that is not, again, what Jesus says God is. It's a very incorrect vision of who God is. God does not work through competition. God does not hold favorites. God does not make one person better than the other. And so this poor man who has never been able to get into the water, who is lame or crippled or whatever it is, Jesus says, do you want to be healed? And basically, you don't have to go into this water. You don't need any kind of a stirring of an angel. I say to you, get up and walk. And the man does. And rather than seeing this as a wonderful and beautiful sign of the presence of God, of something different in the lives of Israel and the lives of the Hebrew people, basically the people, the scribes and the Pharisees, not the people, the scribes and the Pharisees, unfortunately look upon it as Jesus breaking the law because this happened on a Sabbath. And they begin now to work for his destruction. They begin to work to try to get him out of the way, to in the name of peace and quietness, to get rid of this rabble-rouser who basically seems to make a mess of what they have constructed to control and to order their lives. But then again, that is what God does constantly, destroys what we build to try to control and order our lives and reveals something new and wonderful and glorious to us. That's what this Lenten season has been about. That's what hopefully this Lenten season continues to be for us, and even our lives after we move from Lent into Easter, recognizing where it is that God destroys those things that we set up to control our lives in our own small, puny human ways, but yet reveals to us what is more wonderful and glorious about the world around us. A continued blessed Lent, a blessed day, St. Francis and people of God. May the Lord give you his peace.